Hello, welcome back to the Thursday vlog. Show you a few jobs that I'm doing around the garage today. Absolutely manic today. Typically when I want to go and look at my new project. Keep watching for that one. Anyways, yesterday we had quite a bit of work in the afternoon. I had the Astra that you've seen that I did the discs and pads. Well, there was another car they wanted checked, which I had to check over, Fiesta ST. And then he mentioned that his daughter's car, which I'll show you now, had a noise. Lucky escape with this one, so I'll swing you around and show you what's went on. This Citroen DS3 1.6 HDI DV6 engine said there was a flapping noise underneath. We just thought it would be a shield, nothing more than that. Happy days. Oh, no. Not for Citroens. It had shredded the auxiliary belt, which is actually behind this stupid shield here, which just took ages to get off. But this was almost caught behind the pulley, which, if it had snapped all together, would have gotten jammed and went up inside of the timing casing. It was almost ready to go through, and that would have smashed the engine to bits. So they're quite lucky they've come in. If they had run it another little bit longer, it would have been a new engine. Well, definitely head off, maybe valves, rockers, whatever, big expense. What's basically happened is the tensioner has failed. I can't really show this with one hand, it's rather difficult. But basically, I can move that with my hand, try and take it over somewhere where I can actually do it. I'll put it in the vise and I'll show you. And there you go, that shouldn't be able to do that at all. So obviously the tensioner's given up, let the belt slip, shredded the belt, and the belt more or less come off. So again, as you see, genuine parts there, SKF, tensioner. There's a secondary tensioner which we're going to assess, and then there's the belt, the Daco stretch belt, 6PK, 1020K. And as I just wanted to show you here why I do my research again in parts. If you have a look around this, it's an actual Gates's part, which is original what you would get from Citroen. And then you've got the Gates's number there, what they've just nicely grinded off and added the Gates number. But if you look at the genuine Citroen Peugeot part, it's exactly the same. If I just rub that off with my finger, can you see that? Gates's numbers. And swing it over. There's your original Citroen Peugeot number. And you can see that's just exactly where they've just ground that out. Same markings. Obviously that was made in 16, I think, was it? And that was made in 20. That's some kind of year marker. But as you can see, 100% genuine part. Same as what you would get from the dealer. So, done that. The issue we've had with this is they come with a little pin in which locks it into place. And there's just no space at all to get. As you can see, up there, there's just no space whatsoever. So, we've had to take the locking pin out to try and fit it. So that's going to be fun. So we'll get on and get that fitted. I would bring it down and show you. We've got this corset in with terrible knocking from the front, and to be honest, everything has gone on. So the two front legs are off. You've got to take the wipers off on these. This is the kind of crap you've got to deal with on a daily basis. We're just changing springs, but to get to the strut top mountains, you've got to take off all the wipers. All this just to get off the two legs. So these are the two units off. This one has absolutely been leaking badly. And what the car's bouncing all over the place, it's knocking. So I said to the guy, obviously these are the original Vauxhall springs. If I take these off and put them onto the new shockers, the chances are, which they always do, we do them all the time, they're going to snap. It's really the right way of doing it. New shocker, new spring. This one's recently started leaking, and it's starting to make the car bounce badly. But this side, he said years ago this started leaking. It's all dried off now, but there's actually no compression at all on the shocker. It's totally gone. And again, original Vauxhall spring. Strut top as well. There's meant to be movement on these because they're based on by the way, these courses are just a Fiat Punto, you know. I hope you know that. There's a lot of movement on these top mounts, and the wear out badly on these, and that's a terrible clunking noise. I've got a feeling that these shockers, because obviously all the fluids leaked out of them, but the strut tops, there's more movement than what's really acceptable. So when everything's apart, might as well do new shocker, new spring, new strut top mountings. And as you can see on here, this is where your drop links connect to. And as everybody knows, drop links are the main source of knocking, banging and rattling. This is the unit here. But the fact is when you've got them half off anyway, they're only attached to the actual anti-roll bar down there. While it's off, it's a 2-minute job just to whip the bolt off at the bottom of there and stick these on. They're only about 20 quid each or something. So that's what this is in for, full rebuild on the front suspension. But again, I just want to go through parts. Satched, the original part. In fact, let's have a look here. See if I can see. Sometimes they write them on, sometimes they don't. It's not written on these ones, but 9 times out of 10 when you get a GM shocker, it's actually written on Satch, this company. So we've got 2 new shockers to go on, 2 new springs, original equipment. Again, genuine. I've already showed you this TRW. May or may not be able to see the markings on the boots. Probably not when it's this dark, you won't. But if you look close enough into there, TRW will be stamped into the boot, and that's what you use from the factory. So we've got 2 TRW. Little tip, I did ask the parts company, these 2 drop links had to come from Carlisle. Oh, and just again to reiterate my point before, in case you're wondering, a Vauxhall Corsa is not a Fiat Punto. What does that say on there? Fiat Punto, Alfa Romeo, Fiat and Opel. Just a lot of people still contradict me. Like, I do my job on a daily basis, and I say, yeah, well, of course, that's just the same as a Punto. And they're like, well, no, it's not. It's a Vauxhall Corsa. No, it's not. It's a Fiat Punto. So there you go. Just thought I would add that to there. So yeah, these, anyways, I'm not going to say prices as such, but I said I want TRW or M4 drop links, all original equipment. The lads know how I work. So, oh no, we haven't got them. We've only got Starline. Shite. I said, no, I don't want Starline. I says, hold on, I'll check. Oh, he said there's 2 TRW ones in Carlisle. Carlisle's quite a trek from here. You know, it's right across the A69. You're talking a good 70 mile or more than that. And I says, well, why do you have to get 2 drop links for an everyday Corsa / Punto? From there, he says, oh, well, people just don't buy them. I says, well, how much are they? I'm using this as an example, by the way. It was £15 for the Starline ones. These were £17. They were £2 more each. I said, so why would you save £2 and buy shit when you can get original Vauxhall / Fiat equipment? Same with the springs, same with the shockers. And the strut top mountings as well. This is called Cortico. They deal with all like the auxiliary belt drive stuff, strut top mounts. Again, I don't know if I can actually see on these. They normally have a brand on, and these will be more than likely Cortico units. And as you can see, these are actually an SNR unit. I did see that written somewhere before. Was noted. I'm just trying to re-look through the camera, which is a bit more difficult. But yeah, like I said, you get a new bump stop with them, as well as the full new strut top bearing kit and mount. So that's them. That'll be getting done. There is one car away now, which I'll bring the video back on later on. Just one quick look at this one. Got all sorts around here the day. This isn't our van. Just want to do a shout out on here to Stakeford Tyres. If you're wondering who deals with all of our tyres, that's who deals with them for us, Stakeford Tyres. It's obviously at Stakeford, STS you call them. Top guys, they didn't mess you about, they didn't rip you off, they didn't sell cheap rubbish tyres. They sell budget stuff if that's what you want, but certainly do not sell rubbish, and it really is reasonable price. Anyways, on to this. I don't know if you've seen this before I was doing my daily vlogs. I have done a review on this. These new transporters have a serious issue with the AdBlue tank underneath. If you hit standing water, the way the water's deflected underneath, it rips the under trays off for the AdBlue tank. So if you do own one of these, similar age, don't go through any standing water on your near side, because you will rip all the under trays off. They've been modified, which I'll show you now. This is a camper van. I've done a review on this actually, if anybody wants to view it, but I haven't yet uploaded it. But we ordered these in the other week, but it's took that long for it to get them. This is it's also damaged the inner wheel arch liner, just a little bit at the bottom, unfortunately. So we had a new inner wheel arch liner, and that is what's left. I'll just bring that out the way. These are all genuine Volkswagen parts, but obviously with this van being a new van, it's not your average thing that's sitting around on the shelves. It's a new fitting kit. That's what's left of his smashed piece, which goes under the AdBlue tank. And that's the new one. Cost nearly 200 quid for all this, but hey ho, that goes next to the exhaust, so there's a heat shield. But they've modified this, they've added a lot more drain away points to the other one. and little holes thereabouts as well. They've done a few bits. Supposedly it's a modified part anyway, but as you can see, it's all genuine Volkswagen if you want the numbers, if you own one of these parts. So we've got that to fit, but unfortunately due to that red car on the lift, which wasn't meant to be in yesterday, I can't get on with this because, as you can see, both lifts are full. And as I've mentioned, I want to go and have a look at my little next project. I'm not giving away any clues, so I'll leave it at that, what it is. So I might not even end up getting it yet if it's not what it's panned out to be. So that's the work for on the transporter there. You know what it is? Oh, yes, that was it. This guy works for a company and he's getting us some little goodies. Getting myself like a little air pump / booster pack. A few of these little talks, just cheap stuff, just to liven the garage. I'm telling you one thing, Parkside, there ain't nothing wrong with that. For the money you pay for it, we've got a impact gun in the garage. Works spot on, absolutely spot on. So that's me day. I'm gonna come back to you when the little Fiesta comes back. Nothing important. I'll do it once round that, and then I'll have a few words with you, see how your days have been. So up to now, I'll leave it there. I'm going to be back any second, but it'll seem like on video with the other car when it comes back, because that's why this van's here. Stake 4 Tyres have been ever so kind to know how busy we are today. He's actually come and left these van here and took the car away to get the 4 tyres done, because we haven't got time to sit around over there for half an hour, 45 minutes when they change 4 tyres when they're busy as well. So really thankful to them guys, they help us out a lot. We send all our work their way. So yeah, back to you soon when I get the Fiesta back. Right, that's the DS3 done. As you can see, that's the tensioner there. It has been an absolute nightmare. 3 bolts on it. These 2 not bad, but that one down there, no word of a lie, 45 minutes, half an hour. With my hand, as you can see, there's only that amount of space between the body of the car and the tensioner, just to get that screwed in. And then there's a massive tray underneath, not the under tray, a tray around the crankshaft, which has got to go on. So, oh, and there's a secondary tensioner on these down here, which you need to do. Absolute nightmare of these, but be careful if your belt, just regularly inspect your belt down here. If it doesn't look very good, make sure you get it done, because they will tangle up into your timing belt. Probably a good idea, actually, because if they do tangle at the timing belt, it means that's another one of these off the road. Hate them, horrible cars. So, on to this Fiesta, which was away before getting tyres. This is actually a good little car, believe it or not. These are canny little cars, but this, I just wanted to quickly put it on the channel. It's such a weird spec, this one. It's an 07, so it's a late one with a facelift, but I've never seen one of these with a sunroof before. So straight away, when I know the guy who owns this, he just got it as a cheap runabout. They use it as their family runabout. And when I seen it with the sunroof, I thought, oh, it must be the Gear spec or a Gear X. In fact, I serviced plenty of Gear X ones of these. Didn't have a sunroof. But no, it's not. It's the total opposite of a Gear X. It is the absolute most basic Fiesta I've probably ever seen. We've got windy windows. We've got no aircon, obviously. We haven't even got recirculation. No heated windscreen. It's as basic as you can get for one of these. In fact, the only thing it has got is the CD player. But it has it's actually much bigger than like something in a Mondeo. Sunroof, manual at that. But I like that. That's quite nice. Nice little feature. Yeah, but this was just in, keeping it quick. This was just in for an MOT, and in fairness, it just needed 4 new tyres. Before anybody comments, most of my videos I've done have been people getting new tyres, but genuinely, like about 3 weeks ago, we're lucky if we got hardly any tyres. I don't know, there's a few of you on here who run garages as well. You seem to get like kind of phases of stuff where you don't do a spring for a couple of days, then all of a sudden you have a whole week of doing them, or you never do a coil pack, and then you have like 3 in a week. This has just been a total run of tyres lately. So this has got them on. These are comb runs. These again are made, I don't quote us, in some like factory that make premium tyres. They are really actually quite good. These, I've been looking at them, and they've got a really good kind of sticky compound to them. So this again, the cause of this, well, the rims are actually are leaking a bit on this. They've done a repair, but they've been just run flat, and all of them had cracked due to being run flat, and all the edges had worn off. So the guy just said stick them on. 4 tyres. It had a few bits and bobs done to it. Front wiper was knackered. Back indicator bulbs. Remember, if you've got a car like a modern car with like clear lenses, you're only using obviously amber bulbs, as you can see, and the paint comes off, and on this left hand rear one the paint had come off and it was flashing white, and you've got to take the whole units out of these, feed off the back wiper arm, and a few little jobs underneath there, just the usual. Hadn't been checked, so it needed like a litre of oil top up, it needed screen wash, antifreeze was low, bit of power steering fluid, even though I couldn't see any leaks. So it just had a general top up, check over, wax oil down all the pipes, and that's that one ready to go for test. So like I said, there's just a few minor things being done to that. I've already been through the camper, and that's this done. So I'll keep the video short. This has all been built up now, as you'll see. Got my new spring, top mount, shocker, and TRW drop links. And as you can see, like I keep mentioning, I always put a bit wax oil over the new nuts and threads. So if you ever need to take these off again, they come off. Same with these, what we've disturbed, which are original ones, they just crust away to nothing. Bit of wax oil over the heads, just so next time you come round and needing to do them, if you do, they've been done. So that's that. What else was that? Oh, one other thing while I'm on the topic of these, like I mentioned that, like a Fiat Punto, underneath front subframes on these, Vauxhall were doing a recall on them, I think up to 10 years, and they've stopped doing it now. So if you own one of these cars, this under here, see that frame at the back there? It's like the metal frame, the main frame that basically holds your steering rack and the wishbone arms. Sit there. This area here and here. If you own one of these, make sure you just take it. If you're not local, come and see me if you want. I'll put some wax oil on it. Or if you're not local, go to your local garage and just get them to spray anything on it. Grease, wax oil, under seal, anything like that, and it'll save you a lot of money. Cause I think they're like about £500 or £600, I think, from Vauxhall. You can get cheap aftermarket ones, but if you own an older one of these, or one that's been in the salt or high mileage, get it checked. Just check it over, because they're very common to rot through. So just make sure you get, you look at that. But apart from that, they're not too bad of a car, really. Bit awkward to work on, but they're not the worst out there. To say it's just a Punto. But that's it for today. I'm going to leave it here because, as I've mentioned, maybe a new project coming to the channel. 4 cars now. Waiting to make a phone call, waiting to get all these jobs done. Luckily the Corsa's done, Citroen's done. Need to get that transporter on the lift and start taking all the smashed covers off to put the new ones on, which may be easier said than done with a 2-post lift, because the arm that goes under is going to be right where I need to fit the trays. So we're scratching our heads a bit, thinking, shall we just jack it up and do it on the floor, or don't know, we'll have to see how that goes. So thank you for watching. I'm not going to put too much into this about what I'm doing, bloody black. That's all my plans is get this work finished, get across to look at this car, hopefully buy it, and it might be on the I'll not put it in the vlog tomorrow. Even if I do get it, I'll keep the vlog standard for a Friday vlog, and maybe on the weekend do an introduction on it. So thanks for watching. Let us know what you guys have been doing. Obviously I've just had a right chew on with that Citroen the day. I'm not a very good fettle. I absolutely hate the thing. I think it's an absolute offence to a mechanic to make you have to spend 45 minutes to an hour just winding, trying to. You can't get a spanner on it, you can't get a socket, you can't get a ratchet. Ratchet spanner is too thick to fit over, and honestly, me shoulders and my arms are aching. And that's just points I want to put across to the public. If these old, especially the older generation, you turn around to them and you give them a bill for nearly an hour and a half, 2 hours to change a tensioner, and they go, oh, back in the good old days on a Ford Cortina, I changed the belt at the side of the road in 2 minutes. It's like, yeah, great. Not like that now. Not when you're ramming a 1600 turbo diesel engine built for vans and bigger cars under the bonnet of a tiny little 3-door hatchback. It don't work. You've seen that on there, that much space between the body and the engine. So, and like I've mentioned, just getting the belt on, me and my dad spent over half an hour, 45 minutes, because you've got to have one tensioner pulled back and a pin put in. Was up on ladders trying to pull the new tensioner back, while I had my hands up in that amount of space trying to get the belt around all the different bits. And then there's the cover to go on, the under tray, which of course was falling to bits, cheap plastic, as of course. So yeah, I just thought I would do this on an insight to just how not easy things are. Like just on that little Fiesta, I change a bulb. take 2 screws out. You've got a lever on at the back. Be careful not to damage the paintwork, and if you pull at them too hard, you'll snap the little tab, which goes like a little ball joint into the body. So much involved, and I do get a lot of regular customers, nice people, and as well as kind of, which is why we don't deal a great deal with new customers, so to speak, is they don't understand, you know, like they go, oh, that's expensive, you know, like an hour's labour for doing this or that. It's like, watch me videos now. That's why I video record it, or just stand and watch me. I don't like people standing over us watching it, but you know what I mean. It's like, oh, it shouldn't take that long to do that, or ooh, £30 for a set of wipers. Specific wipers on cars now, they're 35 quid. Citroen Cactus, £65 for a set of front wipers, because they've got the screen wash jets built onto them that can't be removed. Not us making the money, it's the price of the parts, you know. So there's a lot more into mechanics and working on cars nowadays than what there was even 10 years ago. Now the cars that we're working on, like, you know, like, which are older cars, 10 plates, 11 plates, they're 10-year-old cars now, you know. Things get brittle, things break. Manufacturers make economical engines which cause more pipe work and all that, and safety and health, all that. It's a load of rubbish. But yeah, anyways, catch you tomorrow, Friday vlog. I'm not sure how much I have in. If I do get my project tonight, hopefully we'll get through the work tonight, which will mean a bit of a free day tomorrow, so I can get on and try and get that car prepped and get it MOT'd, because it can't be used. So thank you for watching. Remember, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, consider hitting it. If you enjoy watching the video, please, it takes like seconds of your time, hit the like button. And if you've got any questions you want to ask, if you want to let me know what you're up to, I'm happy to answer back. Leave a comment. Like I've said, sometimes it takes us a day or two to go through my comments, because as you can imagine, when I get in from work, I've got to go through each one. It takes a bit of time, you know, but I will get back to everybody. I always reply. I never ignore anybody. If I do ignore anybody, it's because on the system I use for the messages, sometimes they go into like a hidden file which doesn't pop up on your normal notifications. So I apologise if I get back to anybody a bit later than normal. So thanks for watching. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.